Hello everyone and welcome back to Passion Sundays, the best way to end the week and start another. Our guest today is phenomenally passionate about passion in relationships and in intimacy. Kika, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for having me in your show.
I'm very excited. The first time I'll have somebody like you on the show. And first thing I want to know, what does passion mean to you?
This passion, when you feel completely alive, when you feel like every cell in your bones, everything is just bubbling with joy and you feel totally alive.
Okay.
There is nothing missing.
And what brings that? What brings that?
Being present. Being present is a big one. Letting go of the things that are holding you back to be fully here. Right? You're not having your past dragging you down.
Okay.
Being able to fully connect. There's so many things. Don't have any internal conflicts.
That's easier said than done, and especially in the context of relationships, and especially in the context of kind of intimacy also.
Well, first you have to have a connection between your sexuality and your spirituality, right? There's a lot of us, most of us, are not understanding that our heart and our genitals are the same. They're both sacred, they both need to be honored. If we think about the yoga and like the entrances of the spine, everything needs to be flowing. It's like my jaw needs to be relaxed, the bottom needs to be relaxed, right? So I can be here and the energy is fully flowing. I'm receiving energy from the earth and from the sky and they're making love in my heart. Okay. Yes? So if I'm missing, if I'm not connected with myself, if I deny parts of myself, if I don't feel good about myself, I can't show up and be fully present with you and engage and feel you. So I can fully connect with you without feeling threatened. And another thing is like, am I honoring my yeses and nos? If my mind and my belly are saying, I don't want to be close to you, but I go anyway, they'll be like this. But if I'm actually listening to my belly, and that's where most people get confused, because are we really listening to what our belly is saying, what our heart is saying, what our genitals are saying, what our minds are saying, what our spirit is saying?
I love how you bring in your passion for the topic is so obvious. You're taking it with a very holistic angle. So how do you bring the passion back when it's lost? And because this is the tough one. It's very easy to practice what you're saying when people are fairly in love and aligned and they can find that, they would work. But when the connection is broken and it's lost, how do you bring back the passion into the relationship?
So let's say that's the everyday life, right? So I coach a lot of couples for at least a decade. I've been coaching couples and bring them back to love or back to their soul. Sometimes it's too late to save your marriage and you have to save your soul. Right?
Yes,
when we can save the marriage, we can go, okay, so do you have enough time when you get home to disconnect from work and connect home? That's a big thing, because people don't take time to transition between work and home and giving that space. Are we talking about what is bothering us? Are we being present? Let's say we are here, we've been together for 5 years and this relationship has had some problems and we didn't talk about it, we didn't resolve our stuff. So here am I remembering that day that you pushed me like this and I didn't like it, but I'm holding it in my heart. So you're trying to touch me, you're trying to make love to me. I'm starving to love, but I'm so sad and so much in my shell. And then instead of asking you in a loving way, I would love if you would understand that I need to be treated a little more gently. Could you please just touch me in a gentle way? And resolve the conflicts from the past. But what happens is, like most women, they speak to their men in the way that they're demanding love. And they complain so much. And if we, instead of complain, ladies, can we just come into our heart and make a request and not a demand? And the difference is you're willing to receive a no, but you're speaking from your heart in a loving way, making a request. And then can you come to your heart and just be with her? Because the nature of the man wants to serve. The man wants to be there. They thrive on making you happy. So if we give them directions in a loving way, they will do it.
I love it. This is probably the best advice that I've ever heard in my life in a relationship. So, be truly in love, even if you're saying no. Be passionate about your no in a loving way.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, okay, I don't feel like making love tonight, right? And then it's like, well, let's come to it as a practice. Let's just hold each other and breathe together. May I hold your hand? I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm single, but I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. So if we just hold each other's hands and breathe together, it's creating connection. It's looking for the things like, it's okay. So if we're breathing together with the intention of creating connection, every thought, action, or word out of you is creating connection or separation. How conscious are you about it? Like, are you connecting or are you separating?
I love that.
And so, one advice for couples, this changed marriages, this has changed lives. One thing you can do, 10 sincere appreciations to your partner every day. Sincere, something that you authentically appreciate. Thank you for making me breakfast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the house. Thank you for not leaving me. Thank you. Whatever it is, like that, you can make an authentic appreciation. You start to remember why you love them. They start to receive you. It will take some time. Their heart open.
So it's
connection
about
starts.
one of the two taking initiative, basically.
It's about surrendering and being vulnerable.
But what if one surrenders and the other is in a fighting space?
Then like you start with the appreciation, softening the heart, see where is the hurt. Sometimes one is so tight, so hurt, that we put all this body, I call it body armor, where we are kind of like, and you can see in some people, right? People that are not making love, the jaw is tall, they're tight over here, they're talking to you, they're a little tight. And they're like, and then it's like, we can slowly ask questions. And another thing, you can go, how are you feeling? What are you feeling? What are you needing? If I ask my partner, what are you feeling? What are you needing? And sometimes, tell me more. Tell me more can go a long way.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
But that's sometimes dangerous with women. You say, tell me more, and then you hear hours and hours and hours to end.
And then you let the lady bring the fire and you go.
Okay.
Tell me more. She will get, and then you reflect back to her what you heard. I hear you're very frustrated. I hear you didn't like that I make noise in the garage last night. I can only imagine how frustrating that was for you. Really acknowledge her pain and her suffering. Most people want to be seen and understood.
Agreed. Awesome. Your passion for the topic is awesome. We could go on and on for hours, and I believe that's a great start. I'd recommend to everybody to go to your website and look you up on the internet. You've got amazing content. Kika, thank you very much for being here today and sharing this wisdom. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep being loved.
Awesome. Passion! I hope you found this episode as passionate as it is. Go look up Kika and share your opinion on the blog below, and share this episode on social media. And if you'd like more tools, tips, techniques for a passionate life, then go to my website, moustafa.com. Until next episode, live passionately.